Alright, I just got another knife from Cold Steel, and it is the Counterpoint 2. Cold Steel makes high performance knives, and let's look at one of the warnings on it. It says, caution, extremely sharp knife, handle with care at all times. Okay, keeping that in mind, and we're going to take a look at it. Brand new in the box. Okay, the first thing I notice about it, it's got the black Grivery handles, and Grivery is supposed to be a very strong, able to take a lot of abuse handle. It's good in hot and cold weather. Okay, let's take a look at this thing. It's got a thumb stud opening. Opens pretty easy, and it has the triad lock system. Push down that part of the spine, releases the blade. So overall length of this thing is right at just about 6 7/8 inches, and the blade length is, well, the blade length is about 3 inches, and it's supposed to be really sharp. Let's check that out. I'm going to use a piece of cardboard. It's actually a Pepsi carton. Do a few test cuts on it. So yeah, I would say it's razor sharp. Yep, I gotta admit this thing came razor sharp. I haven't touched this one up at all. So what other things can we check this thing out? It's there's a engraving on the blade. It says Counterpoint 2. And it says Cold Steel. Somewhere. Okay, it says Cold Steel on the other side. And the swedge on this thing is not sharp, because if you close it, that thing would be, you could cut yourself on that, so that is not sharp. And on this knife, it does not have any traction grooves or thumb serrations, but it does have the integral guards, which is a really nice design. It'll keep your hand from going past and onto the blade. And one thing about this knife, it's actually the same design as the 3-inch boot knife. You can see right there, it's practically the same. Matter of fact, it's the exact same design. This is just an old boot knife I happen to have laying around. So instead of a fixed boot knife, this is a folding boot knife. It's really a great design. And let's check out the weight of this thing. Okay, the weight of this thing looks like right about 2.48 ounces. So that's a really good weight for a small knife like this. So there it is. It's the Cold Steel Counterpoint 2, which is really a folding boot knife. Be a pretty nice carry knife too. And last thing, there is a small lanyard hole right back there. Yeah, and that's it. That's a pretty nice knife from Cold Steel. It's the Counterpoint 2, and there is a Counterpoint 1, but that's a lot bigger. And on another note, I got a movie recommendation. This one I just got a hold of a couple of days ago. It's called the Ipcress File. It's one of Michael Caine's early works. It's from 1965, and it's really a spy versus spy movie. Even though there are gunfights, fist fights, car chases, there's one very evil scientist that has a mind controlling machine. It's really more about spies, trusting spies, distrusting spies, and it's a really good movie. It's one of the top 50 movies of all time for mystery and suspense. And if you can see it, it's I got this one from Russia. The whole case is written, or the it's all written in Russian. Even the disc is in Russian. But you can turn the subtitles in the Russian language off and just have it play in English. But yeah, this is one I highly recommend if you want a good spy thriller. It's not your James Bond, mindless car chases, gunfights. This is a movie you have to think about. It's really excellent. So there it is, the Counterpoint 2, and a really good movie, the Ipcress file. Odasystaba, Tovarich.